Welcome back to this channel, this colognes channel for men. This video is all about the perfect 20 cologne collection you can build in 2024. I've put these fragrances in a few categories, so I'm going to go through them and give you the best fragrances to build your collection with. First category is the everyday fragrance, the one that you can wear just without even thinking about it. It will suit everyday tasks. This is one of those that I would recommend to you. It's Dior Homme Sport. This fragrance from Dior is an underrated gem in my opinion. It's not so well known that like every other guy will smell like this, but man, this is absolutely amazing. It's slightly sporty, but it's still got a little bit of this ambery warmth, like a little bit of a touch, so it stays around for longer. It really melts into your skin and will just make you smell amazing and slightly unique. It is fresh. It's a typical fresh cologne. It's a bit herbal, it's a bit citrusy, but everything is balanced. It's not just a citrusy bomb. It's like a proper everyday sporty cologne, and it's one of those that in my opinion it's totally like missed by people, and this smells super impressive and it's just like a top choice for everyday. Next up, another everyday cologne, and overall they are a bit fresher because a lot of women tend to think that those are a bit more attractive, and I guess you guys also from your comments always tell me that you prefer to wear fresh colognes every single day. So this is another one of those. It's Hermes Eau Givree. This is a nice Hermes fragrance. If you know what it is, it's kind of like fresh but grassy, dry, spicy. It's not your typical freshie, but they've added a lot of grapefruit in this one, so it's even more refreshing. It's slightly more attention grabbing, I would say, than Hermes. Less classy also, a bit more modern. This is that sort of a fragrance. It will carry you through everyday tasks. It will make you feel refreshed. Next up is one of my favorite colognes for men. No kidding, if you go back a couple of years, I've always been talking about it, and it is this one, Allure Homme Sport Extreme. This is an extremely great everyday cologne. I think every guy should at least test this and really give it a try on your skin, because this on a scent strip, it doesn't do this fragrance justice. I adore this. This is a sporty, think like South of France, Porsche, just really nice minty mandarin but creamy fresh cologne. There's something so magical about it, and because it's a bit more creamy while still being citrusy and sporty and fresh and manly, it stays around for longer on your clothes, and it gives an amazing scent sillage around you when you wear it. This, I mean, I love the sillage of this. Like, I can't get enough of it. Like, trust me, women will love the way you smell if you smell like this. And yeah, this is my everyday recommendation for you. If you want to go a bit more niche and want an everyday cologne, I cannot recommend enough this one, Creed Irish Tweed, Green Irish Tweed from Creed, obviously. This scent, it is so good for every day. It's bitter, it's green, it's a bit dark and kind of mossy. It's a bit leathery at the same time. It's so just raw, manly, classy. Slightly, I would say, smells like nostalgia, but in this best way. If you are a bit older or you like to dress a bit classier and you want a fragrance to fit that,
there is a methodology to what I do. There's a reason why it works.
Then this would be an amazing scent. Or if you're younger and you don't like those like boyish colognes, then this is in a category of itself. It's an amazing, long-lasting everyday cologne, and don't let people tell you that Cool Davidoff is a dupe for this, because it's totally not. I hate sorry, Davidoff Cool Water, but I love this cologne, so there is a huge difference. Next up, we've got a classic Bleu de Chanel Parfum. This is an everyday king. That is why I left it to the last to mention. This, if I was a guy, this would be like my first cologne that I would wear. And funnily enough, this is the first cologne I ever bought for this channel, because I knew that I wanted to talk about men's colognes, because I've always been obsessed with men's colognes. I think they make better colognes for men than they ever do for women. Like, they just have more variety in my opinion, and Bleu de Chanel is one of those fragrances that is so great for every day. I just ask any woman out there or any guy out there if they know what Bleu de Chanel is, and they probably do, and they probably want to have it in their scent collection because it's just killer. You get compliments everywhere you go, and you'll never feel like you're underdressed or overdressed in a fragrance sense with this one. And next up, let's move to a sporty / summer outdoorsy gym, this sort of category. So these fragrances are much more sparkling and fresh, and they will cut through some heat of the summer or some outdoor activity. I think every guy should own this scent profile because we women absolutely go crazy for it, and we find it really, really sexy. There has been studies done on this. So the first fragrance I want to mention is Burberry Hero Eau de Toilette. This scent is so underrated. Again, it's one of those designer fragrances. It's super fresh, it's woody, it's spicy. It gives you this gym shower fresh scent in such a beautiful way. It's quite long lasting, 6 to 8 hours. Projection is okay. I would say go to town with this one, overspray it, and I'm sure like you can't go wrong with this one. It's such a good manly scent, man. So good. And if you're in a hot weather climate, this will be amazing. If you're going to the gym, amazing. Just an overall great designer scent. If you want to go to a niche selection of fragrances and go for this really sporty aquatic scent, then this I recommend it to death because I think that this fragrance is spectacular. It is 40 Knots by Xerjoff. When I say it lasts long, I'm no kidding. Like, this is such a long lasting fragrance. It projects like crazily, and it's this spicy rose aquatic scent. It's extremely cooling. It does smell like as if you are on a sailing boat and you get this cooling breeze of salty marine air. It's very unique, really head turning, I would say. So if you're looking for a very attention grabbing, unique freshie, then this is absolutely amazing. I encourage you at least to sample it, because when you smell this, you'll know like, oh my gosh, this is something different. So I'll link my favorite sampling site for you. So even if you're a designer person, at least give it a try. Promise me, give it a try, because I promise you, you'll be obsessed. Next freshie, this is a fun going out pool party sort of a freshie. It's Le Beau, the new Beau Paradise Garden from Gaultier. This is such a fun one. I love it. I've done a review on this channel about this scent, and it's so cool. It's fig, it's coconut, it's fresh, it's a bit slightly milky. It's kind of smells like watermelon as well to me, although it's not in the notes, but let me know if you also can smell it. Such a great one for the summertime. This will get you compliments. It's sweet, so it will stay around for a bit longer than a typical freshie. It's so attractive, it's youthful smelling. It's just super fun and different, so try it. If you want to go a little bit more freshy, you still want to be a bit different, but you don't want to go full-on tropical pool party vibes, then this scent would be absolutely amazing for you. Prada Luna Rosa Ocean Eau de Toilette, because they've got 3 versions now. Yes, Eau de Toilette. This scent to me is what a freshie should be all about. It's fresh, like the typical fresh cologne, but it also has got this slightly almondy cherry note in there that makes it so sexy and so different. It really just draws you in, and I as a woman, like, I want to smell this fragrance all day when I smell this sort of a scent DNA. It's so good. Like, they've put a gourmand note with this super fresh note. It makes for the perfect cologne for men for this category. I mean, I'm speechless. Next up, a freshie, but with a bit of an oomph. This one is more of a freshie, but it's super strong and earthy and a bit different. So it is Gucci Guilty Parfum pour Homme. This scent, it is super intense because it's got patchouli and musks and lavender. So it's got facets of this really blue woody cologne, but it's still the opening. It's very fresh and very citrusy. So if you like something that is fresh and sporty, but still has got a little bit of that blueness from a blue cologne, then this is a nice one. It's super attractive smelling, really strong, and that patchouli really makes it a bit spiky, a bit mysterious, a bit sensual. So love this one as well, and you can get it for really affordable prices at discounters. Like Gucci is always at discounters, so I'll also link it down for you, because yeah, there's brands that you should definitely get from discounters, and brands like Chanel, for example, or Dior, that you should avoid getting at discounters, because they don't really do massive discounts ever, even for discounters websites. So there's like no point, just get the, it from original sites. Next category is sexy, seductive fragrances, but nighttime appropriate. And this is one of those fragrances that I recommend always to men when they ask me what fragrance is super crowd pleasing, but also seductive and sexy, perfect on a date. And it is Armani Code Eau de Parfum. This, you can blind buy it, wear it anywhere. Like, I've tested this. This fragrance, there is something about it. Men, women, anything, like children, everybody will love this. Animals, literally, I'm kidding. But you know what I mean? This is a super crowd-pleasing fragrance, and man, it smells so good. So seductive. It's a bit minty. It's also a bit ambery and warm and deep and dark and dense. This is so good, and I know many men don't like ambery sweet fragrances, and those are often the sexy seductive ones. This is a fragrance for you if you don't like ambery fragrances, because it's still very fresh. They've done something amazing with it, so it's still minty and fresh and shower gel freshness, but also it is seductive, dark and deep. So this is a great, just all-round crowd-pleasing fragrance that will be that seductive character. Next up is a fragrance that is boozy, that is mysterious and dark and so good when it's sprayed in the air, and it's Spicebomb Infrared from Victor&Rolf. This is the Eau de Toilette. I also love the Victor&Rolf Spicebomb Extreme, very much so, but this one, it projects a little bit more, so that's why I would say go for this if you like that bit more projection, because it's a little bit less creamy than the Extreme version. This is more spicy. It's so intense, like it's called Spicebomb, so it's basically cinnamon, spices in your face. It's a bit boozy, it's a bit ambery, vanilla. This fragrance is super sexy. The next fragrance is super seductive and sexy as well, but it's got a bit more of that everyday scent as well. So if you're, again, somebody who doesn't like sweet fragrances, and I know many of you don't like those fragrances, because I got tons of comments last time I asked, then this is a great one for you. It's Sauvage Elixir. This fragrance from Dior is killer performance, longevity, projection is absolutely amazing. The scent profile is so good. It's sweet, it's got this Sauvage character, so it's super woody, a bit smoky, but it has got this vintagey, a bit of like 90s fragrance vibe, but they made it modern. It's a bit bitter and green. It is just a masterpiece in my opinion. I adore the way it smells, and you also tell me that you get tons of compliments whenever you wear this. So this is like your safe bet if you're going on a date, or if you are going to like this bar situation. This fragrance is a safe bet because it is fresh but a little bit sweet at the same time. So you get the best of both worlds. Whoever you're meeting, they'll probably like 99.9% like the way you smell. Next, a fragrance that is very seductive and very sexy. This is more of a Netflix and chill sort of situation, because you will be smelled, but this is not like a super strong fragrance. And I think there's a situation where you don't want your fragrance to be too strong, like Dior Sauvage Elixir. I just sprayed it and it's so present in this room, so don't wear Dior Sauvage Elixir to like a really intimate situation, because that is a bit too strong, or be just really careful with sprays. But this is a perfect scent for this sort of situation, and it's Hugo Boss. The scent for him, Pure Code Eau de Toilette. This scent is fresh but still very seductive, and it's got maninka fruit, it's got a bit suede character, it's got ginger, it's citrusy, it's a bit leathery. It's almost like an apple rum sort of a situation smell. So good. It's so rich and warm but so fresh. I think this is another scent that I've said I'll try to find you fragrances that are seductive but also fresh. So in this, the seductive fragrance is the ginger, it's the apple rum sort of a fragrance, and then you've got the freshness of the citruses as well. It's such a good fragrance. The only thing with this one is that I would recommend to get it at discounters, because although it's a great scent, both fragrances, they don't perform the best, so you'll have to reapply it. But for the price you can get it at discounters, it's such a great scent, totally underrated again, and you'll just smell amazing. And another scent this is a powerhouse of a fragrance, but it's totally Moorish, delicious. So this is for those of you that want that deliciousness, that seductive sweetness in your fragrance. I would recommend Vanilla Diorama from Dior Privé's collection. This scent, it's so luxurious smelling. This is vanilla, but of the highest quality. This is spicy, warm vanilla in a 5-star dessert. It's also a bit citrusy and caramelly and smells a little bit like Coca-Cola at the top. And you guys know I love Coca-Cola in a fragrance. That smell, it's just so good. It's there in the beginning, then it becomes this delicious vanilla. It's almost like vanilla panna cotta. Oh, it's so good. It's boozy. It's not too sweet either, but it will give you a huge scent around you when you wear it. It's such a powerhouse of a fragrance, and to me there's something so sexy about it, especially in the winter time. This fragrance, it's on it, league on its own. Like, wear it and try it. Totally impressive. Next category is the unique fragrance. So in my opinion, you should at least have like one fragrance that is unique, that is something that is just your own, and you can wear it to really impress, or to when you're just tired of all your like safer fragrances, then these are the ones to go for. The first one is such a cheapie, but it's so good. It's one of those, I blind bought it myself, and I was like, I really can't figure out from the notes if I'll like it or not. I'll just have to blind buy it. And it is Darèche pour Homme. This fragrance, it's so mind-bogglingly unique and cool at the same time. It's fresh, it's fruity, it's a bit aquatic. Let me tell you, this is a weird one. It's a bit leathery, but it works. It's so good. It smells amazing. Like when my husband wears this, I'm like, man, you smell good. This lasts, especially when he sprays it on his clothes. This lasts forever, and it's so affordable. So if you want a cheapie but a unique, signature-worthy scent, this one, it's so cool, so different, totally worth a try. Next up is a sweet fragrance that is so powerful. It's Eye of Seven Hills from Algabra. This is the Extrait de Parfum, and it's hyper strong. It's super leathery, but still very sweet. It's got tons of cinnamon in there. Oh, man, it's so dry and woody, almost this like petrol-y woodiness. Oh, it's so intense, really just sexy, seductive, kind of bad, but it's good, if you know what I mean. It's so good. It really projects amazingly as well. Such a great one if you really want to just be smelled and be unique. This is a fragrance to do it with. If you like your leather oud scents, then this scent would be perfect for you. It's from a Spirit of the Kings, and it's called Tabana. This scent, it's super strong. It's oud, it's saffron, it's leather, it's pepper. Imagine this, it's all the strongest notes just punching you in the face. It doesn't have much sweetness at all, but although it's really spicy and strong, it has a little bit of freshness in there. Like, I can smell a bit of that cucumber freshness in there. It's super strong. If you like Tuscan leather from Tom Ford, if you like that, or ombre leather from Tom Ford, if you like those really strong like biker leather jacket sort of badass fragrances, then this is amazing. It's super long lasting. It's really projecting. So this is one of those scents that you don't care. You're like a confident guy. You just walk into a room. You don't care if anybody likes the way you smell. You just want to smell badass. I'll link, of course, these, especially the niche samples for you, so you can try them out, because I don't recommend this category, like all of them, to just blind buy it, especially the niche ones. Try it out and then decide if you want to get it. Next fragrance is Initio's Side Effect. This is seductive, really badass, almost erotic sort of a fragrance. I know it's weird to say about a fragrance, but the whole Initio line, they make really hedonistic, very sexy fragrances, and it's totally felt in the way they smell. Side Effect is so dark, it's spicy, it's also syrupy and thick, lasts forever, very sensual. So if you like that vibe, try this out. Next one is a fragrance that is a designer one, and it is also very unique for the designer sphere, and it is Declaration Gaultier Le Parfum. This version in particular, the other ones are not as good as this. This scent could be a niche scent. Amazing atomizer, absolutely amazing. And this is a powdery, slightly boozy green scent. It's so unusual. It's a bit dusty. It's a bit like when you walk into a church, that's sort of like a little bit of incensey, dusty, rich scent. The scent cloud on this is amazing. You will have to reapply this a little bit, because for some reason, although it's strong, it kind of dies after a few hours, so you'll have to reapply it. But man, this fragrance is amazing. Again, you can get it at discounters because it's been out for a while now, but this scent to me is like one of those designer scents that doesn't smell like everything else. You know, when you go to a designer like Dior, Chanel, and they all kind of smell very similar, this is something that is different, it's unique, it's signature worthy, and it's an amazing scent. Now, if you love patchouli just like me, I love patchouli on a guy, then you have to try Amouage Jubilation 40. Man, this scent is 3 different types of patchouli. It's so raw, so masculine. The projection on this is so spiky. You almost feel like you're walking into a forest and you've got like really spiky patchouli around you. It's woody, it's boozy, it's also a bit chocolatey, but a little bit, tiny bit. It's so seductive for me. This is like my sort of fragrance, because I have smelled so many fragrances. Then if you want to impress somebody like that you know is into fragrances, then I would say go for something like this. This is a powerhouse of a fragrance. It's super strong, it's really impressive, it's a masterpiece. You can smell the black currant, the patchouli in here. It's absolutely insane. The quality of the scent is unparalleled, and yeah, this is just my jam. I love this, so I'll recommend it to you. Try it out, at least a sample of it. It is so good, so worth it, so unique. Once again, I'll link to this fragrance and many niche fragrances, the more expensive ones, and a sampling website where they've got a huge selection of samples. This is what I use. Like, they've got literally nearly every single fragrance that I can think of there for you to sample. A small sample, a bigger sample, like they do it all. So try it out. I'll link it down below. And yeah, let me know what would be your perfect fragrance collection. Like, if you had to pick 3 scents, what would you pick? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.